Class of 2020, it's been a joy and an honor to take this journey with you. Congratulations. And now I invite you to join me in a moment of prayer or meditation. Holy One, creator of kindness and giver of life, some of our traditions say you created the world in 6 days, and you said that it was very good. It took almost 3 years to create these new lawyers, with the help of faculty, staff, partners, friends, mentors, families, and a host of others too numerous to name. But we still think that it is very good. Some of our traditions report that on the 7th day you rested. We think these graduates could probably use a little break as well. These graduates are formed in the crucible of legal education. They're tempered by the kindness of mentors, some still here and some passed on. Their minds are sharp, their skills are honed, their work awaits their razor wits, and in spite of all these sharp edges, they have come to this day formed as a community, fellow travelers on a journey that will take them into places where they will tend that web of agreements that hold us all in some kind of social harmony. Be present with them on this day, when the pleasure of accomplishment might be dulled by the pain of dispersal. Engender in them and in us the knowledge that this day, their commencement day, is to be celebrated with joy and acclamation, with gratitude and relief, and with some virtual high fives. Bind them and us together in pride, in hope, in kindness, in commitment to education, to justice, and to the law. We ask this in the many, many names by which we know you. Amen.
Congratulations, Class of 2020, and welcome to life after law school. I know that you have aspirations, hopes, and many questions about what post-law school life will look like. So I'd like to offer you a piece of advice that I wish my graduation speaker had given. My advice is, give yourself a break, both literally and figuratively. You've worked very hard to get to this day. You've endured late-night study sessions, and you've sacrificed countless hours that you could have spent with friends and family, all in the interest of achieving law school success. And we all know that you're looking at many more hours of work to come. So you certainly deserve a break. A little time now to celebrate and rest, but you also need to take that break. And as you assume the role of a full-time legal professional, it'll become even more important to give yourself breaks from time to time. We've all heard the expression work-life balance, but I'd describe the life of a lawyer more as a work-life blender. And as with any blender, sometimes you need to push the pause button to avoid burning out the motor. Amid the chaos and deadlines that the life of a lawyer can become, give yourself permission to push pause occasionally. Take time to maintain your relationships with family and friends. Time to exercise and nurture those parts of yourself that made you, you, before law school turned you into a lawyer version of yourself. But you also need to figuratively give yourself a break. Give yourself permission to be less than perfect at times. In my first job as a lawyer, on the first day, I was handed a stack of files with clients that were now my responsibility. And for months, every time I talked with one of those clients on the phone and was asked a question about the case or the law, my only response was, "That's a really good question. Let me look into it and get back to you." I felt like a fraud. I knew that other lawyers in the office could have answered the questions easily and instantly. So I'm here to tell you that it happens to everyone, and that eventually you'll be asked a question that you actually can answer without having to return the phone call. And when that day finally comes, it will be amazing. Give yourself a break as well by accepting that some things are beyond your control. Early in my life as a lawyer, I tried a case for a client who didn't have much faith in the system. He held it together through his own testimony on the witness stand. But when the other side's expert started testifying, my client lost it. He stood up from his seat at counsel table, yelled, "You're lying," and stormed out of the courtroom. He stayed away through the rest of the witness testimony, through closing arguments, and through the reading of the verdict. Contrary to what popular movies might suggest, it turns out that kind of courtroom drama is not an effective trial strategy. After I lost that trial and spent time beating myself up about failing to adequately prepare the client, I needed to turn to my coworkers who finally convinced me that some things just happen. Which brings me to a final way that you need to give yourself a break. Give yourself permission to decide that you don't like certain aspects of the job you've taken, even if it's the job to which you aspired from before law school. Take time to reflect and be self-aware about the parts of your job that you do enjoy or do find satisfying, and then be open for the opportunities to shift your career in that new direction. For me, I realized that I disliked the unpredictability of trial work, but it turned out that I liked my cases in the bizarre administrative world of workers' compensation law because they so often required me to read and make sense of newly rewritten statutes. I realized that I liked statutory construction and that I liked constructing written arguments that explained the meaning of those statutes. You just never know. So be open to the possibility that what brings you greater satisfaction lies in an area of law or field of practice that you never thought you would enjoy. And be alert to the opportunities to shift your legal career in a direction that you find more satisfying. Be open as well to the possibility that whatever your day job, satisfaction can come from using your new skills and knowledge to help those in our society who have more trouble gaining access to justice. Your law school education has taught you that there are many problems for which the legal system might provide a solution. And you've learned how to find and make use of the tools to create that solution. That is an incredible power. It's also an incredible privilege. So as you graduate from this university, whose motto translates to "Not unto ourselves alone are we born," please be open to the many opportunities that you will find to use your knowledge for the benefit of those who most need it. Who knows? You might even find that time spent helping those most in need is exactly the kind of break that you need. Do good and stay well.
Hail to our dear willamette, to the cardinal and the gold. Glory to our alma mater, blessed with memories untold. Your teaching in the years
Hello. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the Willamette University College of Law, I would like to congratulate the class of 2020. One of the great privileges of working in higher education is that we get to be a very small part of very big days in your lives. I wish that we could be together with you on this day in particular to celebrate. Today marks the culmination of 20 or more years of formal education and the realization of what has been for many of you a lifelong dream. Although none of the 133 classes of Willamette University law students who have come before you have graduated in exactly this way, I hope our current circumstances motivate you more than ever to make a powerful difference in the world, helping people the way you imagined you would when you first came to law school. Our society needs you now more than ever. When you came to Willamette, we emphasized to you on the first day of orientation that you were ready for the challenge of law school. And I can assure you today that you are ready for the challenge of being an attorney. Now that you are about to be alumni, I have two small requests for you. First, please send us photos of you and your regalia celebrating today. And secondly, please come back a year from now for a combination one-year reunion and commencement ceremony where we can hood you on stage properly in the way you deserve. And now, the moment for which you have worked so hard, President Thorsett, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Law, I present to you these candidates who have completed the courses for the degrees Doctor of Jurisprudence, Master of Laws, and Master of Legal Studies.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Willamette University and by the State of Oregon, and upon recommendation of the faculty, it is my pleasure to confer upon you the degrees of Doctor of Jurisprudence, Master of Laws, or Master of Legal Studies, with all of the rights, duties, and privileges thereto appertaining. As evidence thereof, you will receive the diploma of graduation bearing the seal of the university and the signatures of the proper officers of the corporation.
Richard R. Abbott, Jr. Anthony Louis Aiello, Jr. Alec J. Anderson. Timothy Mark Applebaum. Alana Axley. Anderson P. Beals. Quinn J. Bell. Aaron Michael Bichot. Grace Elizabeth Borgman. Ian Richard Borgman. Emily Diane Bauer. Duncan Joseph Campbell. Noel Emmy Chan. Michael Cole. Lee Allen Coffin. Ryan P. Kuhn. Julieta Cordova Perez. Will Frederick Mock Cross. Gizem Demerel. Margaret Marie Dick. Darren R. Divers. Kelsey L. Dodds. Alexandra Michelle Dooley. Lori Chandler Doucette. Jonathan J. Dowling. James P. Duncan. Dylan H. Duxbury. Alexandra M. Dyer. Robert E. Easton. Allison Joy Ecker. Michaela E. Fry. Connor Kelly Gabbert. Samantha Gloria Galimba. Jameson E. Gideon. Casey Kathleen Gilmore. Janet K. Wildflower Graham. Kylie M. Gray. Dale Lewis Wilhelm. Nicole Hetz. Ian Austin Hill. William Francis Vic Holloman. Amberlyn Howell. Caleb Jordan Nietzsche Hugel. Taylor Rose Hurwitz. Alexandra N. Hutchinson. Megan M. Irinaga. Laura K. Johnson. Elizabeth A. Jones, Jordan Jones, Mary Karam, James L. Keithley, Samantha Ann Clausen, Philip M. Kochi, Mason Alexander Kays Kriz, Debbie Young Koo, Will Kirka, Natalie R. Lambert, Bridget C. Lawson, Christina N. Lidke, Heidi Rebecca Mandler Huff, Lacey Satlin, Christine C. Mayer, Caroline S. McCarthy, Connor McDonald, Joseph Aloysius McManus III, Sophie Buse Michaud, Dean Maletti, Andrew Mittendorf, Julia Dean Monroe, Jesse Morris, Christopher Jason Murray, Joseph Patrick Aloysius O'Connell, Ayla T. O'Scannell, Nicholas A. Peasley, Julie Ann Preciado,
Leslie Punzalin,
Nicholas Alexander Roten, Tiana Lynn Rice, William Charles Riddell, Ryan Henry Ripp, Dina Stephanie Rivera, Byron A. Romney, Michael Satang, Laura D. Schifano, Julia Schweizer, David J. Scott, Jennifer Lee Senner, Jason Chandler, Jacob Vincent Sinclair, Han W. Sir, Daniel Small, Stephen Randall Smith, Nathan D. Solorio, Matthew Stevenson, Lexi E. Sturm, Reo Takezawa, Christy L. Tahani Skalman, Natasha Anna Marie Torres, Nicholas Triplett, Michael J. Tyner, Olivia L. Van Way, Eden Vasquez, Michael J. Wallace, Cody Walterman, Samantha Ann Weaver, Eric Robert Williams, Alicia B. Wilson, Nathaniel E. Woodward, Kate Yeager, Osiris L. Pfeiffer, Colleen Benson, Brian Matthew Kozak.
And there, family and friends, is the Willamette University College of Law class of 2020. I'm pleased to share with you today this day of recognition for your achievement, wherever it is you may be celebrating. Not so long ago, I stood before you on Orientation Day, welcoming you into the Willamette College of Law. You sat in anticipation of the 3 grueling years that lay ahead, leading to the day when you would proudly hold in your hands the diploma of a Willamette College of Law graduate. And here you are today, ready to join the family of Willamette alumni and follow in the footsteps of many distinguished graduates. None of us could have predicted on August 16th, 2017, that we would be in the situation that we're in today. In fact, I told you then that I looked forward to celebrating with you on your commencement day, and this is not what I had in mind. Among all of the disappointments of this disrupted spring, our inability to gather together in community with friends and family, with faculty and staff, and with fellow students is one of the hardest disappointments to take. But on this commencement day, a day that is, after all, about celebrating beginnings, not endings, I don't want to focus on what's been lost, but on what comes next. At Willamette, we define our mission as preparing graduates to turn knowledge into action. While we honor today what you have learned at the College of Law, what we celebrate is what you will do out in the world as Willamette alumni. It's appropriate that at the oldest law school in the Northwest, we often speak of legacy, of being ever mindful of your responsibility to those who came before you and to those who will come after. And the idea that how we live our lives and the decisions that we make today will shape the world we lead to generations yet to come. This notion of legacy makes it difficult to distinguish between personal and professional ethics. Your conduct as lawyers and leaders must be thoughtful and disciplined, and it must reflect the values of the broad-minded and well-educated person that you are. The career path that you have chosen is one that seeks truth and reflects the values that strengthen us as a nation. To practice law, to be an officer of the court, is a great privilege. Use that privilege wisely and with a steady hand. Because a law degree can take you many places, be open to its endless possibilities. Commit yourself to the service of those things that will endure beyond your own life, that foster the eternal values of truth, justice, mercy, kindness, and goodwill among all people. Dedicate your life to something that will outlast you. At this difficult moment for our nation and our world, and let's be honest, perhaps not the easiest moment to be looking for a new job, know that we have confidence in you. Indeed, this hard time is also a time of remarkable opportunity. While people of my generation are trying to answer the question, how do we return to normal? You have a chance and a responsibility to do even greater work. Having seen the fragility of our economic structures, you must build a politics that protects the most vulnerable. Having experienced social distancing, you must build a society that leaves no one truly alone. Having seen just how connected our world really is, you must lift up and dignify the humanity of all people, however different or distant they might seem. In short, you, class of 2020, have been called not to remake what came before, but to build a better and more just world. You don't face this challenge alone. You are all Bearcats together, and I would predict that in the years ahead, the abrupt sundering of our physical community will fade in importance as you recall the shared experiences that you had together here at Willamette. You will always be a part of this university, your alma mater. We will take pride in your successes. We will remember you and tell stories about you, and you will remember this place and your professors and each other. Stay in touch with each other. Reach out to other alumni for support. Be an alum who is there for other students. And I will say even more strongly than I usually do, come back for reunions starting next spring and continue to nurture your Willamette friendships. But for now, class of 2020, as we bring this celebration to a close, let me bestow upon you the traditional Willamette University President's blessing. When you depart from this commonwealth of learning, may your life bring you some work of noble note. May you find meaning in your commitment to others. May your memories of Willamette University be undying. Good luck and good cheer, class of 2020.